are you? And welcome to our exploration of Pocomoke, another one of the terrific towns in Worcester County. We will begin our tour right here at the dock along the Pocomoke River that runs beside the town of Pocomoke. Pocomoke is just a little bit to the south of the town of Snow Hill, another important town in Worcester County. Both of these towns are nestled right beside the Pocomoke River, and the Pocomoke River is a vital part to both of these communities. The word Pocomoke, you may wonder where that came from. You have to dig into the history of Pocomoke to figure it out. European settlers found this area and began exploring the Pocomoke River sometime in the 1500s. However, the indigenous people of Pocomoke were here 300 years before that, and that's where our journey will begin. The indigenous people in this area before the European settlers were all part of the Algonquin Native American tribes. The word Pocomoke comes from their language. Pocomoke means either black water or dark water. The plants that grow in the swampy areas near the Pocomoke River and right beside the Pocomoke River lead to its dark, murky colors. One plant in particular that is very common near the Pocomoke River are cypress trees like this one. Check this out. The cypress trees grow right out of the standing water in the river. So the Algonquins that lived here hundreds and hundreds of years ago were drawn into this area because of the river and because of the plants that grew here. The men of the tribe would hunt and trap animals in forests like the one that is right behind me. I'm certain they were after deer, rabbits, squirrels, things like that that could help supply a food source to their people. Yet, I bet you can still imagine the river itself was a source of food because they could catch fish from the Pocomoke. Squash, beans, and corn were some of the crops that the women of the Algonquin tribe would grow to also help sustain the people in the tribe. Teamwork obviously made the dream work for the Algonquin people. The tribe built rounded dome homes in the forest that were called wigwams. They also used canoes. They made the canoes from the trees that were in the forest. The canoe's purpose was for them to travel up and down the river. That way they could find good places to hunt, fish, and also trade with other tribes close to the area. European explorer Giovanni Verrazzano was said to have first traveled on the Pocomoke in about 1524. However, there is another adventurer that is a bit more renowned for mapping and documenting the area of Pocomoke and the Pocomoke River. In about 1608, English explorer John Smith was in this area. Smith did not only just map this region, he also learned and studied the Algonquins that had lived here for hundreds of years before he arrived. He found out information about their tribe, which he shared and documented. However, it's sad to know that with the European settlers coming into the Pocomoke area, the Algonquin tribe was eventually pushed out and had to go to other areas of Delmarva to find places for their tribe to survive. I challenge you to go out and search for more information about the Algonquins that once lived here in Pocomoke. Pocomoke hasn't always been called Pocomoke. The first name for this area that was given by European settlers was Stevens Landing. That happened about 1865. Then around 1878, the town took the name on of Newtown. However, after many years passed, they decided to reconnect with the Algonquins that once lived here, reconnect to the history that they had built in this area, and the town took the name Pocomoke. So far, we have been focused on Pocomoke's history. However, let's take a peek at what you would see if you drove through the town of Pocomoke today. First, you'll find these docks along the river. This gives people an opportunity to go boating, kayaking, and fishing in the town of Pocomoke. Behind Mr. J is the Delmarva Discovery Museum. This building is another wonderful location in current-day Pocomoke. It has two purposes, in my opinion. First, the Discovery Center has displays that discuss the history of Worcester County and Pocomoke. You can learn about the Algonquin tribes right here with some of the information this building provides. In addition, the Delmarva Discovery Museum also focuses on the environment of Worcester County. It talks about the wetlands and the forest and all of the animals and plants that live in our area. So this museum is both for social studies and science because you can learn history and you can learn about environments. And that's why it is a great place to come see in Pocomoke. Across the street from where I'm standing is the Marva Theater. The Marva Theater can provide an old school movie experience, and it also has other types of shows that people can come and see. You can either be a Pocomoke native or someone that travels from out of town to come see what this amazing little theater has to offer. The last place I'd like to share with you is the Costin House Museum. This historical museum is the former home of Dr. Isaac Costin, who was the first mayor in the town. The structure was built shortly after the Civil War. The Costin family lived in it for over 1 century. It was eventually turned into a museum in 1975. This is another marvelous sight to see in current-day Pocomoke, and a spot where you can learn more about its history. What an enjoyable tour this has been around Pocomoke. I am hoping that after seeing this video, you will want to go out and research more about the history of this great small town, as well as you might want to journey down here and check out some of the phenomenal sights that you can see in Pocomoke, just another gem of Worcester County. Hopefully, I can do some teaching and walking around Worcester County again with you in the near future.